Well, today is day 39 in our journey through the Word. And before I get started, I just have to just ask for prayer for my friends Randy and Debbie Wade. I just was blessed and honestly humbled with Debbie's calling me on the phone as I worked on today's recording and asked me if I would pray with Randy and for Randy over the phone. He is in ICU struggling with cancer. Dear, sweet Christian brothers and sisters, and truly uh, living a life of testimony of trusting God in all things, even when they don't understand and we don't understand. But continue to pray for Randy and his breathing, and in the middle of that as well, got a text from another friend who is deeply hurting today, and just I know that we all deal with things in our life, and just wanted to share those. And so if you just remember that, spoken for one friend, and Randy and Debbie Wade on the other side of that, and just know that I can count on you to lift them up. In today's reading, God gives Moses a lot of instructions to share with the people. In fact, in the days ahead, God will give a lot of instructions. And I really at first wondered why, and I wanted to point fingers at the Israelites and say because they were just so dense, they just didn't get it. But that's not fair, because I am no different than they. I was quickly reminded of Jesus' teaching when he said in Matthew 7:3-5, and why worry about the speck in your friend's eye when you have a log in your own? How can you think of saying to your friend, let me help you get rid of the speck in your eye, when you can't see past the log in your own? Hypocrite. First get rid of the log in your own eye, and then you can see well enough to deal with the speck in your friend's eyes. And again, as I thought back to just my first thought of the Israelites, I was quickly reminded that I was a hypocrite. And those aren't easy times. A hypocrite is defined as pretense to being what one really is not, especially the pretense of being a better person than one really is. We're all hypocrites. And when I judge others, I am the worst of those. Also in today's reading, there was another reference to the angel leading the way. And it said, see, I am sending an angel before you to protect you on your journey and lead you safely to the place I have prepared for you. There are two thoughts on the angel. One thought is it was not a created angel, but an uncreated one, the angel of God's presence. The other thought, and I found this very interesting, the other thought is held by some of the ancient Jewish writers, saying it was an angel that is the Redeemer of the world, Jesus Christ. And I thought how interesting that it would reference that may have been Jesus Christ that led Israel through the desert and ultimately into the promised land. And again it said, I am sending an angel before you to protect you on your journey and lead you safely to the place where I have prepared for you. Isn't that our promise through Jesus Christ as well? In addition to the promise of the angel, God says you must serve only the Lord your God. If you do, I will. And that was out of chapter 23, verse 25. How reasonable are the conditions of this promise that we should serve only the true God, not the gods of the nations, which are not gods at all. How rich is this promise? The comfort of their food, the continuance of their health, the increase of their wealth, the prolonging of their lives to old ages. You must serve only the Lord your God. If you do, I will. I was reminded this question as I read through today's passages and a message from our pastor this week who said, "Who will you choose? After all God has shown me, who will you choose? The one true God or things that can't save you? Money, position, things, people? Who will you choose?" There are earthly consequences for going against God's instructions and God's commands, but more importantly, there are eternal consequences. And we see that clearly stated in today's readings and through continuous reading as we continue reading through the Bible. My thought for today is don't be a hypocrite and judge others by their past mistakes. I have plenty of my own that I could easily be judged on. I am, you are, we are called to obey. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow as we continue our journey through the Word.